Right, here we are. Welcome back, Delboy's Garage, part 6, project bash plate. This is the bash plate, and the project so far is that, and obviously the cutting out of that. And now I've just got to go down there, round there, round there, and up there with more of the wire. Hope I've got enough. I've got about that much short, I think, but that's just I measured it wrong. Right, all I've got to do today is carry on with that. A bit boring really, but there we are. Takes time. It took probably about 2 hours yesterday getting that bit done, and it should take probably about the same time today, purely because you just got to get that arc right. You can arc right. What I don't want to do is tack it and then kind of bend it in. There is a way of welding stuff, especially when you're using flexi metal. You can kind of tack it and then bend it in and tack it, but it's under pressure, and as you then weld it, it distorts and goes horrible. I want it completely laying neatly in that curve, so that when you weld it in, it's relaxed in its position and it doesn't move about and flex and bend and twist and look shit. Stick around, stay tuned, 2 hours. Let's put a supposed bend in place. Oh, freak myself out sometimes. Either that, I've been doing it too long. Too much. Right, I'm going to get this set up so it's absolutely cock on, and then I'll tack, get the magnets out, get the welder out. Come out in a minute. Right, switching it on. Oh, yeah. Right, y'all ready for this? Time to play. Right, this one was a little bit harder to get that curvature exact, so there's a tiny bit flex in it. So I'm just playing a magnet boogie, just so it's absolutely where I want it to be. That's it. Right, let's see. Oh, it's all penetrated through. These little blobs, these little, right, there you are. You get these little tiny dimples in the centre, that's where it's almost blown through, which is at least proof that it's penetrated, which is what I need. Okay, nice and straight. Right. Right, these are just little beads that where there's a gap, a very slight gap between the rod and the sheet, just laying a tiny little bead of weld in there, so when I lap it round it will be smooth, there won't be a gap in it. Make it perfect. This is the time consuming bit. This is what takes hours. Faffing around to try and get it correct profile. So in there now. As I said at the beginning, I don't want it under pressure. I can clamp it in and then just weld it, but it's going to make a bid for freedom as soon as it gets hot. Okay, set the water. Alright, switch your power down, drop it down to minimum. Just fill a couple of the little tiny gaps. A super thin bead. Real easy to just lap that off, but it needs to be there in the first place. Right, just stick that last bit across and it will call it done. Alright, there we are. Nice sharp corners I can radius later on. Nice and solid. And what I've done where I had some little gaps, like I said, just filled them in around there, just so I can radius them nicely and they'll all disappear and hopefully look like that when they're done. But that is enough for now. I reckon that's part 6. Bash plate coming on. Just one other thing before I pack up. A few of you have asked what weld rig I'm using or what machine, just because I think you want to get into it. Well, it's, there you go, Clark Weld MIG 135T turbo. The turbo side of things means it's got a fan. You can have, if you've got an internal fan that cools the machine, then you can keep welding and keep the voltage for longer. So if you're doing longer jobs, a turbo rig is good. You don't need it ultimately if it's just for home stuff. This is literally just something I got from eBay for £100 second hand. I don't even think they're much more money new. I did get from the guy that I got it from, I got a big roll of wire, which was pretty handy because the little daft rolls run out in 5 minutes. and that I've had that ever since I've had it. Every bit of welding I've ever done has been on that one roll, and that's not got long left, I reckon. But there you go. That's the machine I use. I also use the gas bottles. Lots and lots of comments about whether to go for gas or gasless. I like the gas one purely because that little bottle there, which is just a handy domestic bottle, I don't want a big girt thing. I don't even know if you can have big bottles. I think you have to have a license for them, or you have them sort of hooky. But that little bottle there, that lasts long enough, and you always get this deal with over half free, and they cost about £12. They just last forever. I think I've had 3. That's the 3rd one ever since I've been welding. And if you buy the flux core stuff where you don't have to have the gas, then the flux core wire rolls cost stupid ass money, you know, really daft, like £50 a roll, whereas a normal wire, that big fat huge roll in there, that was about 20 quid if you look them up. They're really cheap. You can also get, I've got it handy, where is it? No, I've put it away somewhere. Got a roll of stainless wire chucked in as well. But there we are, that's the machine. Clark MiG 135 turbo. That's all I use. Get one if you like it, otherwise shop around. But 135 amp, that is all you need for hobby stuff. I'm using it on, you got the 4 settings, just finally you've got 1 and 2 minimum, maximum, so you only got 4 voltage settings, and I'm using it on that 1 maximum, just for welding this wire to this sheet. If you put it on 2 maximum, that welds 1/4 inch plate beautifully. Absolutely lovely weld, and obviously you get wire speed adjustment as well, so it's pretty handy to get everything set up just right. So there you go, one big welder. Right, I reckon that'll do for now. That's part 6. There it is. Quite like that. It's coming on alright. It's beef now, it doesn't move, doesn't flex or twist. That's kind of acted as a good brace all around it. All I've got to do now is there, in that middle bit, I've got to bore the hole, which I'm going to bolt it onto the bike with. The top elevation's correct, it's just at the bottom now I've got to get that to set exactly where the bolts are behind it, so I push the bolts through, they meet the holes, which is kind of handy because then you can bolt it on. Okay, that was all for number 6. Hope you liked it. Bit boring really, but there you go, that's fabrication for you. Just takes time. That's another 2 hours. Take it easy, ride safe. See you next time.